Hey there, my fellow Highlanders. Rodamon here. Thank you for tuning in to Clanfolk, Episode 3, Hearth of the Home. Now the only hole I left is right next to my snare. Well, one of them only left. Okay, that's probably... I'm going to keep mining this out, but that's probably enough iron for now. And we're starting to do fertilizer for composting. And here comes the vacancy sign. And I'm going to collapse this so we don't use it to hide the sign. But that does open up the trade post and job board. So the trading post brings traders to your home, and the job board brings workers. Workers are paid per day to work, and traders you can trade with, and then vacancy allows them to pay for the bed. So there's 3 types of visitors in the game. I did just get enough berries for the berry bush. I'm not planning on planting it. And then let's take a look at the ideas here. Gold ingot, I haven't found gold ore, but I'm not concerned about that right now. So I do want to unlock stone fireplace. That's a big one. So here's the stone fireplace, and I'm going to stick one here. And I'm actually going to move this mat out. I'm going to move it over 1. I don't really want him to get torched. But you can see the flammability blocker needs to be sort of in front. And I'm also going to do another stone... actually, I'm not going to do another stone fireplace in the kitchen. That'll be something else. That we have yet to unlock. Alright. I'm going to focus on the timbery. One of my 200 tasks. And this requires 5 ingots, and we do have 5 ingots in the bloomery right now. So we'll earmark those ingots for the bloomery, and then, or for the timbery, and then that will remedy some of the other issues that we have. The job board, stone fireplace, and trading post requires large stone. So over here, let's gather some additional stone. And then I'm also going to start doing a gravel path. I have a lot of gravel. I'm going to do a gravel path all the way out to the wash area here. You can also see where the animals have been grazing, because this specific swath of grass is cut pretty low, because they've been eating it. Alright, come on, timbery. Although my timbery is exactly in the middle of the path. Let me cancel the job and move it. And now with a gong place, or with fertilizer with gong, I have the ability to add fertilizer and add water to a tilled soil, which is awesome. Still working on this big old kitchen. But I now have 4 days of food because we collected mushrooms, collected berries, hunted. I focused on it a little bit more than I was before. Glitch is getting the daub walls together for the layout of the kitchen. I also want to move the sleep mat sooner than later. And now with the timbery, I have the ability to make planks. Planks of wood. I'll do that in 25. And then I'll say branches always have at least 50 on hand. That way, if we dip below the 50 mark and there's no trees to collect branches around that grow once a year, I'll be able to just ignore the fact that I don't have that by cutting logs, which I have a ton of at the moment, into branches, which I need. And next up, we have Smithy. So now that I have a lot of iron parts, I am going to be able to smith up iron tools, which are way more efficient than stone ones. They last longer, they work faster. So we'll get the smithy up, and I have a plank stack. So let's put the plank stack next to the timbery. It's very important to include the storage for things next to where they're produced, because that reduces hauling, and they can also, if it's close enough, they will also automatically haul to it immediately, which is a huge workload shortcut, so you don't have added haul priorities. And it looks like I am out of straw. So that would be a threshing job. How's my hay? I do have 200, almost 200 hay, so we'll get some straw to hay. Mulch is a byproduct of shaving logs into planks, and mulch actually makes for really good, attractive looking outdoor pathing with a speed bonus of 25%. I like to use mulch paths early to mid game a lot of, more than gravel, because gravel has a neutral environment bonus, whereas mulch has a very pretty environment bonus. So I use mulch everywhere I can. Mulch is used in some other processes, but most of your mulch you can throw into flooring if you want. All right, it looks like I kind of desperately need a boost of straw. So tomorrow, I'm going to cut a whole lot of reeds out of this northern bank, or southern bank of the northern pond. So we get a huge boon of reeds. The reeds that I started to grow in my own territory are also kind of ready to go. Some of them, not all of them. These are only 2/3 grown, but the other ones are fully grown. Zero fun. Yeah, that's life. That is life. Sorry, kiddo. The global currency is just coin. It's just a sort of a generic coin thing here, which you will see once I get my first trader to visit. So I'll raise my trade post priority, so we get that going. And here is the a torch to be able to firelight the area, which people prefer to be in lit areas. As you can see on their mood modifier, low light, it's harder to work, and their environment goes down. So lit environments are ideal for everywhere except for where you sleep. Specifically where you sleep, you know, most people like it dark, except for those that are afraid of the dark. And Scorpius will likely grow out of his afraid of the dark as he ages. So here we go. This is the straw cutting that I need. Glorious. I also have an alert up here that I need more iron ore, so let's go ahead and mine more of this mountain here. Only the iron vein parts. I don't care about the rest. Cypher's getting that going. We're warned that I don't have enough dry hide, but I'm not worried about that at the moment because that's just for clothing that I don't need at the moment, or flax sheafs. So the flax sheafs, I am going to tell them not to do anymore. I still do want the fur cloak, at least one of them. So in order to trigger the fur cloak, that means I need to kill a bunny or two. So I'll kill 4 bunnies so we can make that fur cloak. And then large rocks I'm going to need for the stone roof and the redding and the job board and all that. So let's queue up some more gather stone around areas that we want the stone cleared out anyway. So that's a lot of stone clearing. But that should give me plenty. And the trading post is now built. So the trading post will allow traders to periodically visit. I don't know what the other clans are, but the other clans are in different locations. So some will be east, some will be west, some will be north, some will be south, so on and so forth. And I'll show you when they show up how that all works. Okay, we just need the ingots for the smithy and the meat smoker. I have everything else. And the ingots are easy enough to source once we're done mining out the iron veins here. So I'll continue with these iron veins. And I'm always going to be on the lookout for additional iron veins. I think it's Cypher that likes to mine. So I'm just going to queue up a whole bunch of iron veins for her to mine because she enjoys doing it. So I'm going to start polling on what to build next. A root cellar or pantry, a storage shed, a workspace, a carpentry shed, a black smithy, a tailoring shop, tilling farm fields. What else is there? Or viewer suggestions. Oh, a barn. Or viewer suggestions. Alright, there's a big old list. So it is currently midsummer. It's the 6th day of summer. It's about peak heat or so. What do you think I should build next? It's up to you. All those projects there have their own benefits, and all of them would be good things to get underway, if you think so. Don't forget to assign the bed near the fireplace. Yes, well, I'm not really going to be using that fireplace for a bit. What I could do in the meantime is to go to basic needs and set a wall torch. And put a wall torch there so that it's illuminated. So I will set ownership for Scorpius providing that we have a wall torch. The issue that I have with wall torches pretty early on is they use straw, which is a very important building material for a lot of other things. So your light level for your bed is going to be competing with our need for building materials. So do we want a kitchen or do you want to sleep in the dark? Right? Measuring those two things, one is not like the other, I think. All right, let's also put, I'm going to be moving the food zone. So the food zone is going to go in here. I don't have a formal pantry yet, so that's fine. And then in this general stockpile, it's priority 4. The food panel is priority 6. But here's the thing. Moving stuff from one stockpile to another is like the lowest priority. So they will do it if there's no other tasks, but they won't do it otherwise. Just to let you know. So if I really wanted to move the food, I could say no berries, no cooked meat, no cooked eel, no raw meat, no mushrooms, no raw eel. And then that forbids it from the stockpile so that they are prompted to move it a bit sooner. Ooh, Grandma and Grandpa getting frisky by the water. And I think Scorpius was spying on them. Uh-oh. We're going to have that birds and the bees talk sooner than we thought. It's been 1 week. Okay. This stone fireplace does light up this sleeping spot with low light. I don't know about the torch. We'll get the torch built eventually. But as people wake up, they want food and to hang out. In the demo, it seemed like all children were afraid of the dark. Nope, not all children. Just, it's likely that they are, but they're not obligated to be. Oh, and I have 2 traders on the way. So, how I know that, if you look down here, you can see that 2 traders are arriving. So, there's a trader from the Hunter clan coming from the east. So, if we take a look at the Hunter clan, they live in the mountains to the east. They're willing to sell iron ore and stones, and they're willing to buy all the things down here. And then we also have the Macintosh clan. They're coming from the north. They live on the coast, and they're willing to sell eel and eggs, and they're willing to buy this stuff. So the Hunter clan person is coming from the north, and then the Macintosh clan from the north and Hunter from the east. And as you interact with them, you house them, you hire them for jobs, and you trade with them, your reputation with them goes up. So over here on the right, you can see, well, actually you can't see that because the poll's up. Let me hide the poll so you can see what I'm talking about. Over on the right, you see a trader has arrived, George. So George, hi Georgie. I'm going to sell stones. I have a lot of stones, more than I possibly need at the moment. And that helps to make some coin. And then once I'm done, I'm going to buy the hen. I'm not going to buy the nanny goat. Ask to leave. Ooh, smoked meat. Yeah. Smoke them if you got them. All right, now that I can make smoked meat, I am not going to make cooked meat anymore. All my meat I want smoked. So it keeps longer. The next goal is build a kitchen and then a pantry root cellar. Copy that. Will do. Where's the other trader? She's still arriving? God, you're slow. Joan. Okay. She has iron ore, like I said before, buy it. Definitely buy it. And then we can sell stuff to her. I'm going to sell... nothing. Bye, Joan. And if we take a look at the reputation here for Hunter and Macintosh, the reputation will slowly grow as we interact with them. And as it grows, it unlocks additional things that we can buy from the clans that we've built up reputation. And then there's also a chance for spawning. So for instance, these two clans seem to do the same. It's more likely to spawn travelers that want housing than traders, which are much more rare, or workers, which are pretty common too. So there's not a lot of trade opportunities with Macintosh and Hunter, but there's a lot of traveler in and worker opportunities. I also now have a hen, don't I? So let's raffle off the hen. Bought the hen for eggs. So all my subscribers that are active in the chat, you're eligible for the hen. And if we click the hen here, you can actually see where the hen is allowed to go. So these doors that I have on my house are not permitted for them to travel through. I can set it up that some of my critters can travel through doors. So if I go to a door and lower the lock level to allow animals, you can see that the animal will be allowed to travel into the kitchen, but obviously I don't want that, so I'm going to raise the lock level. Now, a straw door, can also be restricted to allow guests or allow workers or only have family. So you can lock guests and workers out if you so choose, provided that the space is actually enclosed fully. How grown are these reeds? They are done. Let's chop them down. I'm glad I planted them when I did, because we're going to use them. And I will plant reeds on the other side. Straw really early game is like precious, and everything requires straw, and you can never get enough of it. And then later game, you end up with so much straw, you're like, oh, Jesus, what am I going to do with all this? So it does change over time. But I'm gonna try to replace all of the straw on the shorelines, because what that allows me to do is it also allows me to raise my farming skill, so that when I start to farm for crop, I'm more capable at it, and I do it quicker and with more ease. So here's that meat smoker, smoking meat, and then. Do I have a basket for that? Let's move this grain pallet into the kitchen as well. What else should be moved? That's about it for now. Everything else can stay outside. The one thing I might have is it might be... The roof might be a little bit too large. So the roof span here is only 3. So the center roofs here might not be constructible, and I might need to have a center pillar. We'll see if that's the case. And if we're going to start to work on a root cellar, let me get that underway. So in order to do that, I'm going to mine into this mountain. Mountain roof tiles, mountain roofs are really good insulators. They're ideal. So it's easiest to keep things cool in a mountain. And I'm going to use that to my advantage here. Look at all of those reeds already planted. That is a lot of reeds that we already put in. That was quick. That was real quick. And my kitchen, I mean, obviously we're not fully tiled. There's a lot more to be done for that, but it's really coming together. All right, taking a look at the idea board here for tech. We're basically waiting on the Smithy right now. Smithy is going to be big. So I'm going to have the Smithy up to 10. That's going to unlock a huge amount of technology. And I guess there is iron in this mountain. And there be iron in them hills. So I'm going to stick a straw door here at the start of the mountain so that we can insulate it from the outside temperature. And once that's done, you'll see the temperature in this mountain drop dramatically. So this is what our little house looks like so far. All right, hen. You won twice. Okay, Emily, you are the hen. Emily the hen. Congrats. All right, come on, Smithy. Get built. Oh, Scorpius is doing it. Boom. All right, that's huge. What that opens up is nails, and I'll build nails until 60, and then iron tools. So axe, hoe, pick, sickle, and shears. Shears are going to be important to get pretty early on because we have 2 sheep, and their raw wool is almost maxed out here. As you can see, this little growth bar. And we can shear them for wool, which is really good. Insulators for the winter. And then there's also a milking bucket, which allows us to collect milk from Winter Blast. So we're going to want a milk bucket pretty soon thereafter as well, as a source of food. All right, let's pop this standing torch. Oh, you know what? The standing torch was fine. Let me put it back. I had canceled the roof. Okay, the kitchen is enclosed. It's not floored, but it's a start. And we'll start to get nails out soon, which is required for advanced construction. So taking a look at the idea board, I think everything, I don't have gold ingots, but everything else I have unlocked at this point. And a lot of this stuff is just contingent upon getting nails. Without nails, advanced construction is not possible. And then it's also telling me that an iron hoe and an iron mine, or an iron pick, are necessary for big projects as well. So the iron hoe leads to a clay pit, and the iron pick leads to a stone quarry for a renewable source of large rocks, stones, and clay. Good stuff. I don't think it's actually light enough to help him, but his mood's fine. He's almost elated, so it's not that big of an issue. Getting a lot of iron out of this mountain, which is great. Absolutely awesome. All right, yeah, once the torch is lit, that bed becomes illuminated, but none of the other beds are illuminated. And here's our first nails. So the nails opens up a workbench. A workbench is just an advanced work zone. It's identical to the work zone, just works faster. Work speed 100% rather than 50%. And then that also unlocks, with nails, wood doors, iron doors, tile roofs, wood floors. Flax dressing was unlocked as well, so that allows us to start working on like linen clothing. I'll stick one of those down. And then coal bins, which stores coal that is produced by the kiln. I'll put that next to the kiln. That gives us pantry shelves, which allows us to store food, which will go in the pantry eventually. I'll put the shelf there for now and move it into the pantry when we're done. That also unlocks the serving table, which has prepared food on it, ready to be eaten. We've also got the kitchen. So that allows us to cook in the kitchen, and that doesn't have a heat issue. I'm actually going to move this kitchen a little bit. That doesn't have a heat issue like the open fires do. Yeah, maybe like that. And then basic needs, it gives us a water dipper, which provides clean water source not in the winter. Has to be during the day or during the non-winter season, but a water source. Which I'll stick just outside of the kitchen here. Good. So this workbench needs 30 planks, so let's crank our planks up from 25 to 40. Make some extra planks. And we're still clearing out this mountain here for the pantry. So I think what I'm going to do is, instead of just mining willy-nilly, I'm going to focus on mining for the pantry specifically. So something like a 5x5. Oh, unfortunately, I just put Cypher in the dark here because I built that door. So one thing you'll notice is the interior temperature of the mountain here. In the top left, you'll see it says 67 Fahrenheit. And sometimes when areas are heating up or cooling down, they'll have a plus or a minus indicating the direction that the temperature is moving. I'm actually going to get rid of this straw door for now. Or maybe I won't blow it up, but I'll uninstall it so that this cave is illuminated so I can work a little bit faster in the light and not have Cypher be, in pitch black cave. We also got a bathtub. So bathtub allows our family or guests or anyone to clean up that isn't like a wash zone outside, but it does need to be filled with water. And then we also just got the water trough, which is water for animals, which once we have a barn, we'll do. And you can sell us nothing. I don't really want any of your stuff. Bye. And they are of Clan Cameron. So Clan Cameron's to the south, and they live in the forests. Forest people. All right, next things that I want to make following the tutorial is the iron pick and the iron hoe. Is there any way to gain new clan members? Yes, they can be born or wed. So if you take a look at the family tree, or actually you can actually have people ask to join, but Can and Scorpius are juveniles, but when Can becomes an adult, she can have suitors that ask for her hand in marriage. Same with Scorpius when he is an adult as well. So there's ways to increase your numbers that way. No, there's the water dipper. There we go. Cypher can actually see what the heck she's doing now. And I just unlocked wood walls. No, that's been unlocked a while. I don't know why it just told me it. I need an exterior window here. I'm going to crank this up to 10 because this kitchen has exterior windows here and here, which allows for daylight to filter in so that we're not in dark. But the bedroom here, as you can see, darkness, it doesn't have an exterior window, so it is not lit. And it should have one. I'm also not going to light this stone fireplace as the ambient temperature is fine. We don't need a fireplace to stay warm. We should keep our building material. So in here, I'm going to stick a straw door there. And we're going to have a 5x5 pantry in here once we're done. And then I'm going to have it open to another door so that I have the ability to expand it as well. Okay, we just unlocked masonry because of the pick that we have. So I'm going to build a masonry station. And I'm going to set up a stone quarry, but I'm going to lower it up to 1 because I don't really need a stone quarry anytime soon. It's less important. All right, the next question is what to build next. I'll have a pole up. There it is. A storage shed, a carpentry shed, a blacksmithy, a tailoring shop, tilling farm fields, build a barn, or something that you suggest that I have not. And while you vote on that, I'm going to continue on the pantry here. I have not forgotten. I'm just replacing the natural stone walls with rock ones. It could have been any material. I like the role play of trying to have it be a meaningful one that looks right. All right, so the masonry station, we can make rock stone blocks. So I'm going to make up to 20, and that cuts large stone into cobbles, more or less. And we're getting the workbench now too. So with the workbench constructed, we can get fancy tile floors and fancy wood floors, which are the nicest interior flooring that you can have. Big ups. It also gives us wood windows, which are prettier than straw windows. And then we've also unlocked straw beds, which are great. So I'm going to build a straw bed in lieu of one of these just straw mats. We have toilets now instead of just poop holes, which means that they're going to be using chamber pots. For storage, we have supply shelves, which is just like work shelf, like twine and the like goes on there. We have also unlocked a tailoring bench for our neglected tailoring tasks, and then a fishing spot. I'm pretty sure you can figure out what that does. That allows you to fish for fish in not winter. We also unlocked flax fibers from the flax dresser. So over in the flax dresser, which is over here, we can take the... Let's go 25. We can take the cured flax stems from the flax redder and turn it into flax fibers, which is the next step of the process before turning it into flax clothing, or linen, rather. And then over here in the kiln, we can make some chamber pots for the toilet. I'm also do not have clay. And then I'm being warned that I need another pick, so we'll set another pick up. Eventually, once I have a lot of iron processed, I can set the tools to automatically make to an X amount, but right now I want to manually queue them up so that I can do the ones that are most important first. I've left this here so that the roof doesn't collapse, mind you. I'm actually going to leave some other spots so the roof doesn't collapse. It's taking a while to get those rock walls put in. No, here we go. Flax fibers. Bada bing, bada boom. And that unlocks the spinning wheel. There is a lot of in-depth tailoring in this game, if you haven't noticed. A lot of tasks. Oh, such a lovely little bedroom. So here's the serving table with just the smoked meat that I have. I'm very low on food, so that's going to be something that we all have to focus on pretty soon here. Especially given that fall's rolling around. We're going to want to do more hunting and more gathering and preparing for the winter because it's harder to feed yourself in the winter than the other seasons, as you might imagine. So, the foxes are target number 1. Okay, barn it is. Build a kitchen, pantry, root cellar, and barn. So the barn is probably going to want to be attached to some degree or another to the other buildings that I have for heat purposes. Something to consider is that we are going to want to have a bathroom, ideally, as well, attached for heat purposes to the rest of the structure so that they all share the same sort of temperature source. So in terms of a barn, I'm going to put it here by the shore side, I think. But I'll pencil that in once the pantry's done. Pantry will come first, because that's still TBD. So my clay amount's going up. I have a lot of gravel. If you look at the routes that I've been taking, most of the most walked path is already graveled, so I'm not too worried about graveling up any more paths for now. Oh, and a trader. I will buy the oat sheaves and sell you some fertilizer. Yep. That'll work for me. Bye. So we're still working on the iron hoe, which takes 10 iron ingots, which is kind of a lot. And then the iron picks. We did just unlock cobblestone flooring. So we take a look here. That also unlocks the ability to make a well, which is a very important tool. So I'm going to stick a well right outside of the I actually want to put it here, which is unfortunately right where the timbery is. So I'm going to move the timbery. And everywhere that I'm moving stuff is like temporary as well. But I want to put the well here because wells don't move as easy. So the timbery, a well here right outside the kitchen so we can grab water in the winter because wells don't freeze over. We also have cobblestone floor, which is not as good as the brick floors, but they only require stone block and clay that isn't fired. This requires fired clay, which takes a little bit longer. And then stone windows, which are very, very nice and pretty windows. This also gives us stone block walls, too. And then if we open up the ideas here, clean wool. So the clean wool is processed on the wool dresser, which I have here now, because we have sheared our first ewe. Or ram, I'm not sure which. Low food. All right, so I do have low food warnings. Let's go ahead and hunt some bunnies. And maybe collect some mushrooms if there's mushrooms to be collected. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Plenty of mushrooms. And there's also some berries nearby as well. Berries there, and then there's berries here as well. I now have the straw double bed, now that I've made the single straw bed. So the straw double bed allows people to share a bed, which makes babies. Yep. So we're going to want 2 straw beds and then 2 double beds. Because we have, if you look at the family tree, a couple here. Obviously, they're not going to be like, they're seniors. But yeah, this couple here is going to want a double bed as well. So 2 double beds and 2 single beds. What is going on over here? Why aren't we building this? We have clay. We have plenty of large rocks. But they're taking their sweet time to build this. What is Glitch working on? Let me take a look at that. Oh, I think he's hunting. Good shot, sir. What other ideas? Oh, so it's just a clean wall. All right. I don't have enough tool benches, so you can see all of these stone tools strewn about. It's not great. The other thing I'm probably going to want to do sooner than later is to go to my workstation and to actually reduce the amount of stone tools that I have down to like maybe 1. The purpose is soon I'm going to have iron tools, so I don't really need a large stockpile of stone tools if I'm switching over to iron. Having 1 stone tool is useful because if you run out of iron tools, you can rely on the stone tools, but ideally you want mostly stone tools. And now my days of food are up a bit. And once we get this fishing spot up, that's going to help to feed us too. Aim! There you go. And there's a lot of berries as well. Oh, a bread oven! I'm not going to worry about the bread oven just yet. So there's a quern, which is a millstone grind, where you grind your grain into flour. The dough table and the bread oven. I'm not farming oats just yet, so it's not really urgent that I get a quern, dough table, or a bread oven, or a butter churn, because I don't really have any milk yet either. And then in the carpenter table, that also gives you the ability to make bowls. Bowls used to make dishes of food like stew or oatmeal. What did we just make? Oh, Must have been nails, because I don't see an iron hoe anywhere. But we're... Oh, there we go. Kadath is making the walls. Did not expect to see that. We're waiting for this pantry to be built, but we had a bit of a food shortage, so everybody started to do food. Oatmeal with berries in it? Sounds good to me. All right, let's move the straw bed over to Scorpius's area. And then bind that to Scorpius. Wherever he is. Yeah, I can just click here. You are in the pantry. So set ownership of that bed. And then this bed is going to be owned by Can, I think. And let me double check the tree. Yep, by Can. So Can, you own that single bed. And then I'm going to start to get double beds out. There's kind of nowhere to put them right now, so I'm going to uninstall to make room. There we go. And then once we get one double bed, I'll uninstall another one, set up another one. Oh, pantry, you're looking good. Plop some reeds back into our pond. And we are pushing double-digit days here. Oh, good. We got the double bed already. So, Glitch, you made it. You benefit from it. So, giving him ownership of this bed also locks Cypher to it as well. Because they're a couple in the game is smart enough to realize that couples should sleep in double beds together. So, let's make another double bed. I don't think we're going to finish this one before nightfall. We don't have the planks for it. Well, on second thought, shield. Let's give this to you instead, because, you know, babies. So, that's fine. Glitch and Cypher will get the one to be made. Hey, Yoda. Peanut. How's the game so far? Pretty good. Game allows you to make smoked meats. So you should be happy about that. And now we have a comfy bed for extra mood. It's too dark here? What do you mean it's too dark there, Scorpius? Well, alright, it is legitimately dark now. You better grow out of that, man. Thank you for tuning in to Clanfolk, which originally streamed live on Twitch July 29th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rodamont.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my gaming community, Rodamont.com or the description of this video have a link to Discord. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel. I'll catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, everybody.